Hey guys, it's Will here. I wanted to show you an incredible feature of TC2000 that I'm really enjoying lately. There's a few different ways you can do this. You can look at it, but it doesn't matter if you're investing, even if you're looking at like dividend stocks or earnings in a fundamental analysis, or if you're a trader, you can use this feature. So if you have if you're looking at a certain stock, let's say Wayfair, it's like a online shopping website. If you're looking at a company and you want to see, instead of buying the stock, you might think, I'd rather just get an ETF that has a bunch of similar types of stores, shopping experiences or whatever. There's a couple different ways to do this, but if you want to look at if you just want to find like ETFs or where the stock is, related to, if you go to watch lists and then it says W member of, like I used to use watch lists a lot to search for Canadian stocks or look at my own watch lists or US stocks. I used to just look at this quickly and say, oh, I'm going to scan through US stocks or whatever index. But I didn't really notice this, a couple other aspects here of this chart here. So anyways, if you're in a stock and you click on, it'll show whatever the stock is and it says member of. And then it gives you this big, huge list of, ETFs and indexes and things that it's a member of. So you might have your favorite type of a company that, that you like for ETFs. For example, there's iShares, BlackRock. Some people like Vanguard, Schwab, so like a Spider, stuff like that. So if I scroll down, of course, there's Vanguard funds, and you can look at that ETF. So that's a way to find out ETFs that contain that stock. That's pretty cool. If you decide to Okay, so I'll just leave that for a second. So beside every stock almost, there's a little icon here. It says industry info. So if you're on a stock and let's say you want to find related stocks, like similar stocks. The nice thing with TC2000 is that it shows you the sector and the industry here, consumer cyclical and then specialty retail. But if you click on this button, this icon, and it says either open the industry watch list or the sector. So I'm going to open up the industry and it shows me so it opens a little window here and it shows me a whole bunch of stocks in the same industry, which is really amazing. And the other thing is, by default, I've got this sorted by percent change. That's just today, the current day, the last day. So that's not necessarily the way you want to sort it. You can add other columns. You can scan within that list for whatever criteria that you're interested in. So it's not, all it's showing me is right now is ranked by the percent change as of Friday. So anyway, overstock, and when I click on any of these, I get a chart. So I can see, if you're looking at technical analysis, really nice charts that might be interesting. And you can see here there's the real Bed Bath & Beyond. And so finding similar stocks in a niche, you might decide that there's other stocks that look better in terms of the chart. What else do I want to show you? So if you were to look at an ETF, let's just go back to this. Now I'm on the Bed Bath & Beyond. So it's going to show me a bunch of ETFs here. Here's one here, Evolved U.S. Discretionary Spending, IEDI. So if I type IEDI, so let's just close this. So now I've got a chart for the ETF that has that stock in it. But if I want to look at the ETF, it's a similar idea to looking at the industry for that stock. But this shows you what is in this particular ETF. So there's, obviously every ETF is going to have different ones. So this one has Pinterest in it, Beyond Meat, really nice charts. So, this isn't so great, but you can, it depends on what kind of analysis you're doing. But related to this is not just trying to find a related stock, but the idea that you can see what is in that ETF. So let's say right now energy oil is pretty hot. So there's a spider energy ETF called XLE. So let's say for some reason you want to see what stocks are in that ETF. You don't want to buy the ETF, or you want to see, you're just curious. You can always, I used to go to the website for that particular ETF, and you may still want to do that for some reason, for other reasons. But if you click on this button here for the component watch list, it shows you all the stocks inside of the energy ETF. Noble Energy, so Apache, everybody is familiar with that one probably. And then you can look at the charts and decide maybe you want to buy those instead. Yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about today. But the feature, being able to see what is in an ETF, what stock, what other stocks are related, is an amazing feature. I'm going to do some other videos on industry, like sector analysis, top-down analysis, starting with sectors and going down into the stocks. And there's some other, and if you want to scan for earnings or dividends and stuff. But for this one, I just wanted to show you how you can find other related stocks and find out what ETF, because I was looking at potentially buying certain ETFs in a certain sector that I didn't want to buy the individual stock, or sometimes vice versa. You like it, you hear about an ETF sector that looks good and you want to find the best stocks in that sector instead of buying the ETF. So hope that helps, guys. We'll talk to you later.